Dear colleagues, dear Internet governance community, it's a pleasure to address you at the second open consultations and MAG meeting held online to present to IGF stakeholders UNESCO's action in terms of Internet governance and to share some highlights of our response to COVID-19 in this field. The fact that I'm here today over the screen and that we can, thanks to digital technologies, continue to ensure multi-stakeholder engagement in the time of the pandemic is a testament to the importance of access to information, access to the internet, and digital literacy. And while pandemics are not new, this time we have the capacity to develop tech-based solutions to address age-old problems. Allow me first to highlight that UNESCO, as a co-founder of the Broadband Commission for Sustainable Development, is working closely with heads of United Nations agencies and the main actors in internet and mobile development to ensure a rights-based, open, accessible, and multi-stakeholder shaped internet. In response to COVID-19, the Broadband Commission for Sustainable Development has launched the Agenda for Action for faster and better recovery, outlining immediate measures that stakeholders can adopt across three pillars: resilient connectivity, affordable access, and safe use for informed and educated societies. The agenda is a framework for the commissioners and their organizations to share and support each other initiatives, make new commitments, and foster collaboration and partnerships to combat COVID-19 through innovation and digital transformation. In the face of the pandemic, and even though the law allows for emergency powers in response to significant threats, we are convinced that human rights, including those related to data privacy, should not be compromised. The pandemic has also been compounded by an infodemic, which directly impacts lives and livelihoods around the world. Falsehoods and misinformation have proven deadly and sowed confusions about life-saving personal and policy choices. To share knowledge, UNESCO has published two policy briefs offering critical insights into the infodemic that is impeding access to trustworthy sources and reliable information. Within this Broadband Commission, UNESCO co-chairs the Working Group on Freedom of Expression and Tackling Disinformation, which will launch a report and set of recommendations in the coming months. UNESCO also co-chairs the Working Group on School Connectivity, together with UNICEF and the ITU. This group is conducting research to support school connectivity investments around the world, with UNESCO focused on curriculum content, teacher training, and adaptation to local employment. In this regard, UNESCO is fostering open education resources to support learners and educational professionals in online learning during the pandemic. COVID-19 has caused widespread school closures in 185 countries, forcing 89.4% of learners to stay home. And in the context, open education resources represent an important means to supplement formal online classes and can even temporarily serve as the main form of education for those who are unable to access online learning. Many educational institutions and companies have opened up their resources so that students in quarantine can continue to learn. And UNESCO has identified a number of MOOCs and open education resources which can provide online courses and self-directed learning content through both mobile and desktop platforms. As an additional response to COVID-19, UNESCO has mobilized young innovators in the response to COVID-19. In April, UNESCO, IBM, and SAP joined forces in the organization of the global hackathon called The Curve. The initiative called for young developers, innovators, data scientists, and designers to use their digital skills, creativity, and entrepreneurial spirit, and to team up to inspire digital solutions to current and future pandemic-related challenges. In the face of COVID-19, more countries are seeking to further enhance their internet. And UNESCO's Internet Universality Indicators offer a helpful framework for governments and organizations that wish to enhance the internet and use digital technology to combat the virus and address its impact. We have been working with stakeholders from an increasing number of countries across the world to implement national assessments of Internet development using the Internet universality indicators. These assessments have attracted a high level of attention and support from countries' ministers, policymakers, and as well as multi-stakeholder actors, and their impact on policy improvements has been evident. Based on its deep engagement with the IGF community over the past 15 years, and as discussed with the MAG, UNESCO will be launching a dynamic coalition on Internet universality indicators at the IGF 2020 as a new space for sharing experiences and raising awareness of the value of these indicators and good practice in applying them in more countries. This dynamic coalition will be strengthening UNESCO's partnership with the IGF's multi-stakeholder advisory group and with other stakeholders, including the national and regional IGFs, best practice platforms, and other coalitions to jointly advance Internet policies at national, regional, and global levels. UNESCO is also building an online platform and policy observatory with data, tools, and reports related to the Internet universality indicators. The online platform will contribute to deepening synergies among stakeholders and advancing country agendas to transform information and policy recommendations into concrete actions. The Internet universality approach has also been applied to artificial intelligence in UNESCO's publication Steering AI in Advanced ICTs for Knowledge Societies, which provides a number of key recommendations on ensuring that use of artificial intelligence is human-centered. UNESCO will continue to engage governments, the private sector, Internet intermediaries, the technical community, and academia to ensure adequate safeguards of privacy and personal data protection are put in place in artificial intelligence-related apps and measures to counter COVID-19. Ladies and gentlemen, I will close by highlighting that artificial intelligence was developed by Alan Turing as a technology used during World War II. At the time, Turing said, "We can only see a short distance ahead, but we can see plenty there that needs to be done. Plenty can and needs to be done with artificial intelligence." And UNESCO is committed to ensuring that questions of human rights and ethics are not afterthoughts in the process of technological innovation, whose mission is to reduce suffering, not increase it. As many of you are aware, UNESCO is in the process of developing a standard-setting instrument on the ethics of artificial intelligence. We are currently inviting multi-stakeholder input into the draft text of the recommendation, that we can have a truly inclusive approach to developing this global instrument. I invite you all at the MAG to participate by sharing your views, thoughts through this online portal, and encourage you to share it among your networks for a truly inclusive and diverse artificial intelligence. We must ensure that everyone has a seat at the table and that the future of artificial intelligence is co-created for social good. In the spirit of inclusive, multi-stakeholderism, and smooth cooperation for the better good, I wish you successful deliberations. Thank you very much.